Namaste, I am the Queen of Cups Montreal. This week's reading features the Vision Quest Tarot and will explore Libra zodiac qualities and principles like balance, harmony, love, and the divine feminine. At this point, I invite you to pick the deck or crystal which resonates strongest for you. In the video description, you will find links for my spiritual services, my Etsy store for healing crystals, and my social media. You will also find timestamps for your chosen reading, which you can use to navigate the video. Thank you for joining me. Please like and share. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications for future readings. As always, love all and harm none. This includes yourself. Namaste, Bloodstone group. Thank you for joining me. As I mentioned in the introduction, this reading is all about Libra principles during Libra season. So balance and harmony, love, relationship, romance, sensuality, beauty, and wisdom from the Divine Mother, Gaia, or the Empress, your preferred archetype to turn to. All right, so position number 1 is, how is your life out of balance? I'm going to clarify all these cards just given the nature of the reading. So position number 1 is, how is your life out of balance? What aspects of your life need a little more attention, need a little more TLC? So here I feel like you're struggling a lot with stress. You could be struggling a lot with being tied up or caught up, or feeling like you're overburdened. Are you taking on too much? While Libra is very objective, there's also room for more sensual experiences. And when I say sensual, I don't mean so much like seductive. I mean sensual in terms of pleasing to the senses, taste, touch, sound. So perhaps a way to deal with the stress of torment and the stress of being bound up in too many obligations is to please your senses and spend a little bit of attention with yourself and contributing to your wellness. Position number 2 is, how do you correct the imbalance? You guys know I always jump a little bit ahead just because it's the type A in me, but position number 2 will clarify how you get yourself unstuck, untied up, unbound. This is the Ace of Water. So as you may know, water and air go very well together because they're both very spiritual, emotional, fluid elements. So here it's perhaps getting in touch with your emotional side, getting in touch with your inner emotions, getting in touch with your emotions and your inward being, I should say. So dig a little bit deeper, and even though life can sometimes be terribly overwhelming, just because we have so many material, physical things to see to and attend to, doesn't mean that we should let ourselves off the hook for self-care. Position number 3 is, how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? And here you have the 10 of air, negative thinking. And I feel that a lot of the time when we're stressed out and when we're dealing with a lot in the material, our relationships suffer because we can't get our head out of that stressed, chronic anxiety, chronic stress kind of space. So this could be an issue that you're dealing with. So I think that so far what's coming through is that you need a little bit more time reflecting, maybe disconnecting from the stress, disconnecting from the worry. And I know that it's hard to shut it down altogether. I'm human like anybody else, and I get it. But it would be worth your while to try and tap in, journal, do some tarot journaling, meditation, whatever feels good to you. Position number 4 is, how do you find harmony in the divine? And here we have the Lovers card. So I feel like it's balance. It's balance, it's union, it's relationship. Can you see this? It's balance, it's union, it's relationship. It's about connecting to the divine and building that connection. Spirit and the divine, that relationship is no different than the relationship we have with others in some ways, in that it needs our time, our attention, our love, our commitment. And sometimes the more we nurture it and the more time we take out to see to that aspect of ourselves, the more Spirit can do for us, and the more Spirit can help us heal. Position number 5 is, what wisdom does the ancestral mother have for you? And I feel like, don't be afraid of loss. Don't be afraid of not having enough. Don't be afraid of, I feel like in this case for my Bloodstone group, it has to do with material. Don't be afraid of not having enough, or not being able to accomplish enough, or because this is going to lead to this stress and this heaviness that you've been dealing with in the past. So let's clarify these cards. How is your life out of balance? See, I think you need a breakthrough. You need something to connect you to the light, the joy, the love, the good feelings. How do you correct the imbalance? I think that kind of clarified it, but perhaps channel ancestral wisdom, ground yourself, find your peace, find your inner strength, find your spirit, and perhaps do some meditation. And if that's your thing, you can even honor the ancestors and try and channel some of their wisdom and their strength. Position number 3, how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? I feel that there's an issue here of negative thinking. And you might want to lean on people a little bit more. Let them know, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what's on my mind. This is what I've been struggling with. I think that could be really helpful in your relationship. So when I say relationship, you don't have to be in a romantic relationship. This can be an issue of family, friends. Position number 4 is, how do you find greater harmony with the divine? And as I said, it's about effort, it's about development, it's about growth. The more you move forward, the more you'll be able to find that healing resource, that loving and nurturing resource. And what wisdom does the ancestral mother or the great mother have for you? Along with not being afraid of not having enough, she wants you to trust your intuition, trust spirit, trust your emotional waters, connect to the phases of the moon, and get back to spiritual basics, meditation, dream journaling, divination, whatever feels best and works for you. I feel like this is calling for a little bit of spirituality and a little bit of grounding. So what can I do in that regard? I feel that Rainbow Moonstone, Crystal Avalanche, Rainbow Moonstone would be great for you because it has the little bit of black in it, but it also has that energy of the moon, so it's grounding, but also spiritually aligning and spiritually activating. I think this would be great for you. You guys, I hope you find your balance and your love and the beauty in this Libra season, in yourself and in others. Thank you for joining me. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy, and I hope you received it today. As always, I hope to see you again next week, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Namaste, Labradorite group. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're getting a little kiss of Labradescence today from the Labradorite stone. As I mentioned in the introduction, this reading is all about Libra energy. So that's balance, harmony, love, romance, sensuality, and spirit, and of course the Empress, the Great Mother, Gaia. So position number 1 has to do with, how is your life out of balance? No one's perfect. Things are bound to get out of whack. Sometimes more than one thing will get out of whack. So how can you, or where can you put a little bit more TLC and love and light in your life to find greater balance. Here we have the Two of Air, Peace. I feel like similar to the Bloodstone group, I feel like this is an issue of stress, of being overworked. I think that with everything that went on this spring and summer, we're starting to get moving again, and people feel really frenetic and stressed. And I think that it's like, go, 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 make up for lost time. And it's a challenging time. So don't be so stressed that your mind is clouded. Here we have Two of Air, inner peace. So where are you out of balance? I feel like in your mental life, in our headspace. How do you correct the imbalance? How can the Labradorite group correct the imbalance? And you guys, while my readings won't resonate with everyone, I feel like the beauty of them is I try to put spiritual wisdom in each reading. So you can listen to one, two, or all three. And I hope that something is helpful or healing for you either this week or next week, no matter when that wisdom is needed. So position number 2, how do you correct that? I feel like it's about, once again, we have deep ancestral vibes this Libra season or during Libra season. I feel like it's about connecting to the ancestors, connecting to your history, honoring your history, honoring your future. It's about the ebb and flow of time and how there's really no death, there's really no ending, only rebirth, change, transitions, transformation. So I feel like correct this imbalance by honoring that life is cyclical. And as I started saying, for example, this spring and summer has been difficult. It's going to come back around. We're going to start finding a new equilibrium and a new balance. So just remember that. Don't stress out about the unknown too much or what is going on too much. We always find, either individually or globally, we always find a new center, a new balance. Position number 3 is how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? And as I mentioned, relationships don't have to be romantic. They can be family or friends. Here we have the Clown. So I feel like in this case, add a little levity, add new adventures, add new beginnings, allow transitions to take hold. We're not the same person from one day to the next sometimes, with the same priorities, and we're not the same person from the same month to the next or year to the next. We're supposed to always be changing with different priorities and values and goals. So be able to allow for that transformative quality and those new beginnings, and a little adventure and fun, a little levity doesn't hurt either. Here I feel like the picture is kind of amounting to the fact that your mind is maybe really heavy with stressful things, and that it's okay to take a step back and get a higher perspective. In terms of your relationship, allow new things to take hold and new energy to take hold. It could be very healing. Position number 4 is how do you find harmony with the divine? Understand, this is 3 of Fire, integrity. Understand that it is not separate from you. You are one with Spirit. You and Spirit work together to manifest the things you wish for in your life, to manifest the change you desire within yourself. So just know that it's a team effort. You're growing, Spirit will help you grow, but you're not a victim to the ebbs and flows or the winds of Spirit and the divine. You're working in concert with it. Position number 5 is what wisdom does the Great Mother, the Ancestral Mother, have for you? This is Daughter of Fire, and you'll notice there's a full moon, so it's also about manifestation. It's about clearing out negativity as she allows this smoke to release negativity, release worry. She could also be carrying her petition far away. her request of spirit. So it's about having hope, trusting in spirit, aligning yourself with lunar energy, the divine feminine, with spiritual energy. And it's about allowing yourself to be free with spirit and unite with spirit, commune with spirit. And I feel like she's saying a message that the ancestors and the Great Mother are here for you. So we're going to clarify position number 1 is, how is your life out of balance? We're going to clarify that. Let's take a look here. Here, once again, we have the Daughter of Water. So I feel like perhaps you feel like your cup is running dry, like you're overwhelmed, like there's a bit too much on your plate or on your mind, and you're needing to have some stability, some grounding, some balance here. And that also comes with conquering the stress, to overcome the stress. Position number 2 is, how do you correct the imbalance? How do you make a change for the imbalance in your life, and the fact that you don't feel so grounded, and the fact that your thoughts aren't at peace? And here we have the Life Force card. And once again, I feel like it's connecting. It's a higher perspective. It's about connecting yourself to forces greater than yourself. It's about connecting yourself to higher energy and a higher view, and the fact that yes, we have to deal with the day-to-day of life, but it's so much more than that. Position number 3 is, how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? I think the Fool says it all, but let's clarify just to see. Let's clarify to clarify. All right. Yeah, I feel like there's something like a little spiritual fire, flames, growth, development. So there's this 9 of fire energy of wanting to experience something new and wanting to enact change and get there to the 10 of fire. And I feel like it's about expressing yourself spiritually, living your spiritual truth, and enlivening yourself spiritually as well. Position number 4, once again, is, how do you find harmony with the divine? We mentioned here that it's about integrity and the fact that you are responsible for your growth and your development, and you work with spirit. You're not a victim of spirit or just submissive to spirit. You work with spirit. And once again, here we have divine messages. The buffalo is a sacred creature, is a sacred energy. And here you see in the background, he has this buffalo. It's about riding in the sky, smoke signals, smoke messages, visions. It's really about manifesting your spiritual self, manifesting your prana, your life force, your spirit onto the world. And here you see sacred messages. So I think you also should be listening to sacred messages of instinct and intuition. This is very sacral chakra stuff. Position number 5. What wisdom does the ancestral mother have for you? The wisdom that the ancestral mother has for you has definitely to do with connecting yourself to spirit, trusting with spirit, working with spirit to manifest your desires. Let's see what else the sacred mother has to say. See, and here you have the spiritual warrior. I feel like you really should connect to your spiritual self. You're so gifted. You're so blessed. You're so special. The magic is within Labradorite group. Connect to that. Honor that. And be able to honor that spiritual strength and dynamic energy and prowess within you. So connect to that. This is a deeply spiritual reading. I feel like perhaps the goal should be just to amplify spirit and amplify the good and find peace and transmute the negative. For that, I'm going to say to get yourself some selenite. I think that it's perfect for you this week, Labradorite group, because it's about amplifying the good and transmuting the negative thought patterns and the stress. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy. I hope you received it today. I hope to see you again next week. I'm trying to get regular again with these readings, and it's such an honor that you were able to let me once again into your life and to contribute to your spiritual journey. Namaste, guys. Namaste, Tourmaline group. Thank you for joining me. As I mentioned in the introduction, this reading is all about Libra principles of balance, harmony, relationship, and romance, spirit, sensuality, the ancestral mother, the empress, Gaia, the great mother, archetype, and spirit. So position number 1 is, how is your life out of balance? We all struggle from one time to the other with certain areas that need a little bit more TLC and love and light in our lives, just because we can't focus on everything at once. So position number 1 is areas that, now that we're in Libra season, can come back into balance. And here we have the 6 of fire, victory. Is your self-esteem feeling a little bit shaky? Are you feeling a little bit unsure of yourself? Is self-love lacking a little bit? I feel like this is a great season to try and realize it. For me, 6 of fire is about our self, our sense of self, our victory, our valor, our worth. So perhaps it's a little bit out of balance. You're not celebrating how beautiful you are inside and out. Position number 2 is, how do you correct this imbalance? Let's take a look here. To correct the imbalance, that's interesting. The Bloodstone group got the same. So I feel like you need to, you can't even see the card. I feel like it would benefit you to honor your spiritual self, your higher self, get a higher perspective, tune back in with spiritual energies, higher, I said higher perspective, but spiritual energies and that air element of balance and harmony. So really, if you do magic, you can focus on the air elements, or if you're more of a spiritual person away from rituals, you would focus on meditation, grounding, chakra alignment. That's the energy you want to put forth here and reawaken within yourself. Position number 3 is, how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? As you know, or may not know, Libra energy is a lot about love and romance, because Libra zodiac is governed by the planet Venus. See, isn't that interesting? The 5 of Earth came up again. So I do feel like there's a little bit of an insecurity issue. No one's perfect. I find these days we end up feeling insecure about being insecure, or we feel guilty about not practicing self-care. It's really counterintuitive. Just know that you can celebrate how beautiful and wonderful and inspiring you are, but don't feel guilty if you don't always get it, if you don't always celebrate yourself the way you deserve. It's a learning curve. Position number 4 is, how do you find harmony with the divine, with spirit? The element of air is very spiritual. I consider it like the whisper of the divine, or the whisper of ancestors. And here I feel like, how can you find that harmony so that you also flow with the air? Isn't that interesting? Here we have the spirit guide. So it is indeed about flowing with the air, seeking that balance, lifting your vibration. Once again, there can be magic that can be done to lift the vibration, like herbal washes, smudging, things like that, ritual baths. Or if you're more on the spiritual side, you can do a chakra alignment, meditation, Reiki to cleanse your energy. You want to lift that vibration. You may even want to listen to some sound therapy, like Tibetan bowls, or do some healing crystal therapy, which I will, at the end of the reading, suggest some crystals that will help you along your journey. What wisdom does the ancestral mother have for you? Libra season, as it is governed by the planet Venus, has a deeply divinely feminine energy. So there's the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Libra season is definitely a time to honor the divine feminine. What wisdom does the ancestral mother have for you? There seems to be a lot of stress, and I feel that you're insecure. She's telling you, stop being so insecure. I love you. You're amazing. You're magnificent. And there's some stress coming from you. And stress is not the way we're intended to be. Once again, no guilt, just observation. So we're going to clarify so we get wisdom from the ancestral mother about what to do with this stress. Like, I know I'm stressed. So position number 1 is, how is your life a little bit off kilter, out of balance? We saw some self-esteem issues, some solar plexus stuff. Let's see what else Spirit has from us. I think a little bit of grounding. You're not all the way there, and the goal of life is to not be all the way there. It's about working towards getting there every day and finding a new objective and a new goal and changing and transforming. So maybe you're one of those people that until you get there, you feel a little bit less than, but it's always ever changing. It's about every day doing what you can, and that could also include resting, to get to your goal. How do you correct this imbalance of like feeling like not enough and feeling small and feeling like, hey, I'm not there. I'm not enough yet. Celebrate the victory. Celebrate where you are. This is the Sun card. Celebrate where you are, what you do have. Perhaps a little gratitude journaling. You can also gratitude journal about yourself. It's never a bad thing to write down in your journal that you love how empathetic you are. You love how you make a really good marinara sauce. Or so there's nothing wrong with celebrating yourself with gratitude and being grateful for being who you are. But I think that it's about the victories. So position number 2, I feel like it's connecting to spirit, but also celebrating the victories. Position number 3 is, how can you breathe new energy into your relationships? And once again, there was a bit of an insecurity issue here, a lack of grounding. Invite spirit into your relationships. This is the medicine mother. I hope you guys can see it. I know the lighting's a bit off, but this is the medicine mother, and it's about connecting to her. And that magic within, that spirit within. You'll see within her is a whole different journey. And it's really about connecting to that and following your heart. Insecurity is not our natural state of being. We're supposed to celebrate ourselves and love ourselves because we're just exactly as we are meant to be in this very moment. There's a bigger perspective and plan and purpose. Number 4 is, how do you find harmony with the divine? And the first card we pulled was some deeply spiritual stuff about flowing with the divine and seeing the higher perspective and communing with spirit and becoming one with spirit. Let's see what clarifier we draw here. Six of Air, clarity. So I definitely feel like it's about transmuting the negativity so you can hear, feel, and experience spirit more clearly. There's spirit within you. There is a heaven within you, a higher being within you. So yeah, clear away all the rubbish so that you can, in the stagnant energy and the daily stresses and the chakra blockages, so that you can feel that spirit so clearly. You deserve it. Finally, what wisdom does the ancestral mother have for you about your stress? She let us know that you're stressed, aren't we all? But I was hoping she'd have a little bit more to say about that. And I feel like the message here is the Ace of Earth. It's about manifesting change. It's about not holding back, not doubting yourself, not being so worried about starting from nothing or not having enough that you don't actually plant the seeds. It's about being able to manifest who you want to be, the life you want to live, and the spiritual resonance you want surrounding you and within you. So don't be afraid to manifest. Even if you feel like you're starting small, or you feel like sometimes you doubt whether you're enough, just start and manifest what you want to in the world and within yourself. You guys, what is the crystal that I have for you? I feel like there's some messages about manifestation, about confidence. What are we going with here? I'm drawn towards the sunstone because it has that beautiful sacral chakra color, and it also resonates within the solar plexus, and I feel like that'll hit you with your confidence, that'll hit you with the power and the courage and the will to like keep going forward. It'll connect you to your emotions. The emotions are tightly tied to the spirit, and I feel like you need that. I also feel like it's the perfect spot because it'll also charge your root chakra, give a little energy there, to help you manifest the life you want to live and manifest the you want to be. And finally, I feel like it does have a little bit of that silver color in it. I don't know if you can pick up on it, but it has a little bit of these like silver flecks. And I feel like that would be great for the Great Mother and the lunar energy. She's wanting to be there to support you and to guide you and help you see that spirit's all around you. And I feel like connecting with the sunstone can really help you open up. And it has little flecks of gold and silver, which are deeply spiritual and divine colors. You guys, thank you for joining me. With every reading, I send out a little love and light and namaste energy. I sincerely hope you receive it today, and I look forward again to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching, you guys. Namaste.